Marriage green card timeline update for a US citizen marrying a foreign person. Here's the Canadian. How long is the process taking right now? Things sometimes get a little longer, so I want to give you an example of that. In this case, we had a US citizen married a Canadian person. The first step of two is to submit Form I-130 to show the relationship is real. Typically, that was taking 12 months. Now it's edging closer to 14 months. Unfortunately, in this case, it took closer to 17 months to get it approved. And that's what the average USCIS is saying right now for an I-130 petition in this scenario. We typically, again, we see much faster, but this one hit that spot, which was very disappointing because it took much longer than expected, 5, 6 months more than expected. The clients being separated, very annoying. Once the process was completed, step one, USCIS agreed the relationship is real. Then we started consular processing. We immediately completed the first step of sub step of step two with the National Visa Center. We submitted the documents, getting documentary qualified. That was sped up. That only took a few weeks. But then this was around February-ish when we submitted that. Actually, on March 12th, we were documentarily qualified, 2 weeks after submitting the documents. It took until yesterday to get an interview scheduled for October. So essentially, documented qualified on March, scheduled in August for an October date. If you add the math up together, that's like 7 months. So let's see, March to August, '03 to '85, and then 2 months there. So yeah, around 7 months. So total to get the interview done, 17 plus 7, 24, about 2 years. We were expecting a year and a half, really max, because of other experiences, but this one's taking close to 2 years. Very unfortunate. One note too is I checked last week because this case was taking too long to get scheduled, and the Department of State said we're scheduling cases like in April that were documented qualified in April, and this was in March that were documented qualified. So I was about to contact them about this, and then we got the notice today at the interview scheduled. So I went back to the Department of State website. You can look it up too. It's at IB Google DOS IV tools. That's the what I use keywords to find it. And in that, they pushed back the Montreal date and said, no, we're scheduling people who submitted the cases or documented qualified in February. So they pushed back their own date. So we're seeing USCIS have more delays for cases outside the US, and we're seeing Montreal in particular have a little more delays. If you're doing the case in the United States, we're seeing record speeds of getting adjustment of status, marriage green card case done. But with everything that's happening under administration, there are risks to that too if you can't maintain status for the whole time period. So recommending people leave and do consular processing most of the time. But you see like the upheaval and changes and stuff, it's pretty dramatic in immigration. Every day is different.